1. Higher purchase price. According to Kelley Blue Book, EVs prices are about $10,000 higher than their equivalent gas-powered counterparts. The average price of an electric vehicle is $56,500. It is about $10,000 more than the industry's average price for electric and gas. For example, the gasoline Hyundai Kona is $21,300, while the Kona Electric with starting price of $34,000. It can, however, be safely predicted that purchasing an EV is still significantly more expensive. 2. Depreciation. EV's tendency to depreciate is more than engine vehicles, and it's 52% per 3 years, compared to gas-powered equivalents losing about 35% of their value. According to the Auto Week report, some EVs are even more prone to this tendency and may lose 60% of their value. That roughly means that after driving, your $60,000 Mach-E will be less than $18,000 worth after 3 years. 3. Repair bills. Even though EVs have fewer moving parts and take enough time to depreciate, they cost much more to repair than their counterparts. Repairs for EVs, on average, are 1.6 to 2.3 times higher than the equivalent gas-powered vehicle. 4. EV tax evasions may not be for good. The Inflation Reduction Act is among the hidden costs of owning an electric car, featuring new tax evasions of up to $7,500 for people purchasing an EV. However, relaxation is related to some conditions in most cases to become eligible for those relaxations. 5. Imposition of VMT taxes on electric vehicles. Although it seems economical to keep an EV in the long run, the imposition of the Vehicle Miles Traveled tax, known as VMT, may cost you a little more. This fee may intend to replace the government's earnings if it would otherwise earn from gas-powered vehicles by imposing a gasoline tax. Implementing VMT fees in some states, like Oregon and Illinois, is already underway. Considering the projected widening of 19 million EVs in the U.S. by the year 2035, it becomes clear that those EV owners would not pay the federal gas fee, which is mandatory to keep the State Highway Trust Fund solvent. 6. Higher registration fees. Higher registration fees may contribute significantly towards the hidden cost of owning an electric car. Going electric deprives the state of collecting certain taxes from internal combustion engines owners. The government has increased the EV registration duty to collect the tax, which will later be used to improve related infrastructure. 7. Battery replacement. The fear of replacing a battery when it expires makes people think several times before going electric, because it's one of the hidden costs of owning an electric car. EV batteries' average mileage is between 100,000 to 150,000 miles, and the range is rapidly improving with technological advancement. But the fear remains the same. This is because the battery replacement may cost from $10,000 to $20,000. 8. Lose range over time. Some EV models are more prone to climate change and reduce power in severe cold. However, Tesla, Hyundai, and Jaguars retain more than 94% of their Environmental Protection Agency range in cold weather. Ford Mustang Mach-E, in contrast, loses slightly over 30% of its EPA range. 9. Low resale value. EV resale value may be a fact that is unfamiliar to date and must be known before going electric. People are familiar with gas-powered vehicles, which is why the sale and purchase of used electric vehicles are less popular. EV battery is more prone to lose range over time. Only the first owner receives a tax credit of $7,500. The battery runs out of warranty over time. 10. Unavailability of spare parts. According to a report published by the New York Times, the unavailability and shortage of EV batteries and some other parts like semiconductors have made them comparatively more expensive to repair. The scarcity of qualified technicians is another problem for an EV owner. 11. Charging costs. Charging an EV at some public charging stations is far more costly than charging an EV battery at home. Here are several examples. Some other public rates, in comparison to home charging, are listed here. In California, people are obliged to pay an average of about $16 for fast charging, which would cost around $7 at home. Arkansas averages 12 cents at home, compared to 12 to 32 cents in public charging. The average home rate for Florida is 11.36 cents per kilowatt-hour, while Electrify America charges between 31 and 43 cents per kilowatt-hour. Installation of Level 2 or Level 3 chargers may cost you as much as $300,000 to $35,000 with complete empowered equipment.